This was a classic clash of styles, a game defined by relentless offensive attacks and swings in momentum. Žalgiris Kaunas ultimately weathered the storm, but Galatasaray Doga Sigorta's persistent counterpunches made this a battle to the very end. It was a tale of runs, crucial defensive stands, and individual brilliance that kept everyone guessing. First quarter. The game kicked off with a high-paced but somewhat erratic energy from both sides. Galatasaray Doga Sigorta initiated their offense with Tibet Dennis Gorner attempting a three-pointer off a pick-and-roll, but it was a miss. Žalgiris Kaunas responded immediately, with Nigel Williams-Goss driving to the basket for the first points of the game. Galatasaray's next possession saw James Palmer also miss a three-point attempt. Žalgiris' Ignas Brazdeikis had a couple of unsuccessful attempts, first missing a mid-range jumper and then the follow-up at the basket. Galatasaray couldn't capitalize as Kaan Korkmaz missed a three-point shot of his own. The shooting struggles continued, with Brazdeikis missing a three-pointer for Žalgiris. It was Palmer who finally broke the spell for Galatasaray, getting out in transition for a layup. However, Fabian White couldn't connect on an open three-point opportunity on the next possession. Following an offensive rebound, Cihat Murtali Dalgali made a crucial cut to the basket for a score. Žalgiris' offensive woes continued as Moses Wright missed from beyond the arc, and Galatasaray's Korkmaz also failed to connect from deep. Žalgiris' Edgaras Ulanovs then missed an open three in transition. Galatasaray kept attacking the paint, with Palmer missing a layup, but Dalgali was there for the putback. Žalgiris finally answered with a well-executed cut by Dustin Sliva for a layup. The quarter continued with both teams struggling to find a consistent rhythm. Mantas Rupstavicius for Žalgiris finally connected from long range, a much-needed basket for them. After a missed transition three by Will Cummings for Galatasaray, Rupstavicius capitalized on the other end with a driving layup. Eric McCullum for Galatasaray missed a mid-range jumper, and Žalgiris' Arnis Bukevičius also couldn't convert at the rim. The misses continued, with Williams-Goss failing to score on a drive. After a Žalgiris miss, Bukevičius finally got a shot to fall at the basket. Galatasaray answered right back, with McCullum hitting a mid-range shot. Žalgiris ended the quarter with another missed three, this time from Bukevičius, and a final missed three in transition from Cummings. Second quarter. The second quarter began with Žalgiris Kaunas looking to establish an offensive rhythm. Dustin Sliva started things off with a successful drive to the basket. Galatasaray Doga Sigorta immediately answered with Cihat Murtali Dalgali finishing at the rim after a well-executed pick-and-roll. A missed layup by Will Cummings for Galatasaray led to Sliva connecting on a three-pointer for Žalgiris, seizing the momentum. Eric McCullum couldn't answer with a three of his own. Žalgiris capitalized on the miss, with Sliva getting an easy two in transition. The offensive surge from Žalgiris continued, with Moses Wright scoring in transition. Ignas Brazdeikis then extended their lead with a three-pointer. Galatasaray finally stopped the bleeding, with McCullum hitting a much-needed three-pointer. Žalgiris, however, kept the pressure on, with Sliva cutting to the basket for 2 points. Muhsin Yassar answered with a successful roll to the basket. Brazdeikis then missed a layup for Žalgiris, and McCullum couldn't connect on a transition three for Galatasaray. Wright continued his strong quarter for Žalgiris with another cut to the basket for a score. Galatasaray's Fabian White managed to get a transition layup to fall. Edgaras Ulanovs for Žalgiris missed a hook shot in the post, and Yassar couldn't convert on a roll to the basket on the other end. The latter part of the quarter was a grind. White missed another three-point attempt for Galatasaray. Žalgiris' Sliva also missed from beyond the arc. Bugrahan Tuncer then missed a three for Galatasaray, followed by a missed transition three from Žalgiris' Dominikis Daubaris. Daubaris, however, redeemed himself with a transition layup on the next possession. White came back with a hook shot for Galatasaray. After an offensive rebound, Mantas Rupstavicius was able to get to the rim and score for Žalgiris. The quarter ended with a flurry of misses. Dalgali missed a three for Galatasaray. Žalgiris had multiple opportunities on one possession, with Moses Wright missing at the rim and Sliva missing a putback. The final shot of the half was a missed layup by John Meeks for Galatasaray. Third quarter. The third quarter started with both teams trading blows. James Palmer of Galatasaray Doga Sigorta missed a three-pointer to open the period. Žalgiris Kaunas' Kaius Mikalauskas also couldn't convert on a drive to the basket. Galatasaray's Muhsin Yassar then missed a post-up opportunity. A subsequent missed layup by Will Cummings was followed by a missed transition layup from Žalgiris' Moses Wright. Edgaras Ulanovs for Žalgiris also missed in transition, and Dominikis Daubaris couldn't convert the offensive rebound. Galatasaray finally got on the board in the second half, with Jerome Robinson scoring in transition. Žalgiris' offensive struggles continued as Ignas Brazdeikis missed a three-pointer. However, Wright finally broke the drought for Žalgiris with a cut to the basket for 2 points. Jerome Robinson answered for Galatasaray with a driving layup. Ulanovs then hit a big three-pointer for Žalgiris. John Meeks for Galatasaray responded with a three of his own. Brazdeikis kept the pressure on for Žalgiris with a drive to the basket for a score and followed it up with another layup on their next possession. The back-and-forth nature of the quarter continued. Eric McCollum missed a three-pointer for Galatasaray, and he missed again on a drive to the basket on their next possession. Bugrahan Tuncer also couldn't connect from long range for Galatasaray. Mikalauskas missed a three for Žalgiris in transition as well. Mantas Rupstavicius for Žalgiris then hit a crucial three-pointer. McCollum missed a mid-range jumper for Galatasaray. Žalgiris' Netas Rupelis missed at the basket and couldn't convert the putback. The final moments of the quarter saw Wright miss a shot for Žalgiris, but Meeks was able to connect on a three-pointer for Galatasaray to end the period. Fourth quarter. The final quarter was a high-scoring affair with both teams leaving it all on the floor. Žalgiris Kaunas started with a quick three-pointer from Kaios Mikalauskas in transition. Arnis Bukevic has followed that up with a transition layup, forcing Galatasaray Doga Sigorta to react. Eric McCollum answered for Galatasaray with a cut to the basket for 2 points. Mikalauskas missed a layup for Žalgiris, and James Palmer made them pay with a transition three-pointer for Galatasaray. Bukevicius couldn't answer with a three of his own. Palmer continued his hot hand with a drive to the basket for another 2 points. The offensive showcase continued. Ignas Brazdeikis missed a short jumper for Žalgiris, and Palmer couldn't connect on a three-point attempt for Galatasaray. McCollum, however, found his range with a mid-range jumper. Palmer then missed a short jumper of his own. Žalgiris capitalized on the miss with Moses Wright converting an and-one opportunity at the basket. Palmer missed another three-pointer for Galatasaray. Bukevicius then got to the line for Žalgiris and converted at the rim on their next possession. Fabian White missed a jumper for Galatasaray on the ensuing play. Jerome Robinson also couldn't connect on a short jumper. Žalgiris kept attacking, but Bukevicius missed at the rim. White was able to get a transition layup to fall for Galatasaray, keeping them in the game. Dovidis Buika for Žalgiris then hit a massive three-pointer. Muksin Yassar missed a shot in the paint for Galatasaray. Ulanovs missed a three in transition for Žalgiris, but they kept fighting for possessions. Bukevicius missed another three-point attempt. Kan Korkmaz missed a layup for Galatasaray, and Mikalauskas also missed a mid-range shot for Žalgiris. In a crucial late-game possession, Palmer scored a layup through contact. Rupstavicius answered with a huge three-pointer for Žalgiris. Palmer came right back with a three of his own, a huge shot to keep Galatasaray's hopes alive. After a turnover by Žalgiris, Palmer scored again in transition. But the final say went to Rupstavicius, who hit another clutch three-pointer to seal the victory for Žalgiris. Final analysis. Žalgiris Kaunas' victory was forged in their ability to capitalize on transition opportunities and their timely three-point shooting in the fourth quarter. They weathered Galatasaray's offensive bursts and responded with crucial baskets of their own to maintain control of the game. Galatasaray Doga Sigorta's downfall was their inconsistency from beyond the arc and their inability to string together enough defensive stops, especially in the final period. What did you think of this breakdown? Let us know your key takeaways in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more in-depth game analysis.